Hey guys, Ultimate here, and today we are working on a 2006 Buick Rainer. Right now the air suspension is gone completely. I have it jacked up a little bit because it was so far on the ground, and we're going to be converting the air suspension to normal suspension. So first thing you want to do here is we're going to hit these, break these off. They're all 19s, break them on the floor. We're going to get it up in the air, and we're going to put our jack stands in a certain location. This vehicle has a live axle, so that means that the differential in the wheels go up and down with each other. To do this job correctly, we're going to need to drop this differential down enough to get the to get the bags out and get the springs in. So you have to jack it up a certain way or you won't be able to get them out. So let's get this up in the air and then we'll go from there. You can see here, that's just how bad the ride height is on this. But you're going to need to put your jack stands on the frame and jack it up by the differential. While doing that, when we drop this down, this will hold the vehicle up while letting the suspension come down. So let's go over here and do it. And as you can see, we're slowly bringing this down. And as we go down, notice the suspension, the front wheels are coming down with it. Just like that. That's perfect. Beautiful. Okay, if you see right here, a half of the bag is missing completely. And this little rubber stop is called, I think it's called an auxiliary puck, something like that. But these are both missing. So when the car was hitting bumps, I mean, it must have been hitting right up into the frame. So next thing we got to do here is we got to remove this dampener right here. Make sure you still keep a little bit of lift on the differential. Once you take these dampeners off, the differential can fall completely. You don't want to put too much stress on these, so lift it up a little bit. We're going to work on getting these two off. They're both all bolts are 18 mils. Let's get going. 18 mil right here on a nut. This right here like this, and just up, just like this. That nut comes out, and we're just gonna shake and wobble this out, put this back together so we don't lose that. You said
so they get you to pay for it. So you like, you just come there, it's just a little bit on the floor and you can bear from, that's it. A little couple spots. Alright. You need to get some.
now with that right there, we're going to come in here like this and twist it. Let's see which way. Should pop out. There we go. I think I got it. There we go. You twist it counterclockwise and this will want to pop out. And then now there's a little air nozzle on the top of this. I'm gonna remove it. Give me a second.
I got that shit. Hey, comment. Alright, I'll bring the rags and shit.
I'm gonna drop it down.
Alright, keep going.
Good. Alright. We're just gonna poke it. Get the air to come out of there. Just like that. Now it's ready to come. We're gonna remove this one next. As you can see here, that's what our old suspension looks like. This is the old bags. If you want to properly remove this, I believe you got to get a nut in here, or you got to squeeze this little thing and pop it out. But remember, if you're gonna keep the bags, you're probably gonna need to replace the pump as well. So keep that in mind. Don't just rip this off if you're gonna keep the air suspension. So that's what it looks like. And this is what our new ones look like. You can see here too, what's cool is these are progressive springs. They're a little tighter up here, so what's going to happen is when you hit smaller bumps, this shock will it'll rebound a lot faster than a normal linear spring will. And to remember, since these are progressives, they go up like this. The tighter coils go in the up position. I'm gonna see if I have to put some spring compressors on here, because these are high. I might have to bring them down some before I lock them in. All right, so I tried dropping the suspension as much as it could go, and these still wouldn't fit. It's not too much of a difference, but it still just wouldn't go. So what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna use some spring compressors, okay? And we're gonna tighten this down some, so that when we put this in here, we'll slowly let up on these, and it'll sit right where it needs to. So we're gonna put this here and here. Let me see here, hold on. Right there, like that. And I do have these little lock things right here. I'm not gonna force them in, but if you have them, they are a nice little safety tool you can use to lock them in place. I don't have to compress these that much, so I'm okay on not using this. So let me get these on here, and then notice I'm not on the tighter springs. I'm on the wider springs. I'm not on the complete bottom one either. So here and here, and then now I'm gonna tighten this up. Just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay. And we're just going to progressively bend these. And keep that as even as possible. Do not throw this. Do not be in the way of this. Do not have this face your body. If these were to ever pop off and this thing were to shoot out, it could kill you. So you're gonna be very gentle the way I'm holding it, just like this. I'm gonna walk it over, and I'm gonna sit it right down here in the grass, away from me. Right. Make sure you clean this bottom surface and the upper surface with a big wire brush, because you want this to mount cleanly and smoothly.
Just like that, actually. Looking pretty good right there. Good.
Okay, I'm gonna clean up top, and then we're gonna get this spring in. I'm gonna put it right through here, like this. It's a little bit harder on this side. The exhaust is kind of in the way, but we'll get it. Just like that. Perfect. Whew, that took some work, you guys. Now we're going to, with this being aligned, I'm going to slowly back these off. Right, now with our absorbers in, with our shocks in, we're going to get our stabilizers, our dampeners right here, and just going to cut this. Or slide it off. You slide that off, and this is going to want to come out just like that. And just pull it, and then we're just going to pump it a couple times. One, do it like 3 times. It'll feel much harder to push down once it's nice and pre-charged. Now let's get this up in there. All right, so I'm gonna get our upper bolt here. I like to put a little bit of medium strength thread locker on this. We don't want this to back out. Just a little bit, literally just a little bit. Slide it up in there, and just dial it in. I'm not gonna completely snug it down. We got to get the bottom one in. So give me a second. All right, with this, I didn't completely snug it down, just enough that it will move. As you can see right here, we're gonna need to jack this up some more. I'm gonna jack it up so we can get this in here. So I'm gonna raise the car up, and then we'll stick the next bolt in. Same concept as before, a little bit of thread locker. And then, just like that, we're going to this in. There we go. All right, good, I'm in. Now I'm gonna draw it in. Draw this in. Perfect. Now with both of these in, now we're going to torque them down. This should get torqued down to 63 foot-pounds. That's what my manual says, so give me a second. More. Perfect. Good. All right, got the car back on the ground. Torque all your lug nuts, 100 foot-pounds, going across pattern. You can see here, this is our new ride height. I show it before and after. The last thing we got to do now is we got to go pull the air suspension fuse, and then we'll be done here. So let's go to the engine bay, let's get that out. And lastly, the air suspension fuse is a 30 amp right here. We're just gonna pull that up. It's not popped, but all right. Just like that, you guys, like I said, this is the same thing for the Trailblazer, Envoy, Buick Rainer, Isuzu Ascender, and the Saab 97X. So thanks for watching, you guys. Till next time, out. Bye.